Hello and welcome into yet another year of the Budget Breaks Friday Night Blitz. You know, you'd be hard-pressed to find another area of the country with better high school football talent than right here along the Gulf Coast. And, you know, that makes this show that much more fun to watch. It is week one, and we've got plenty of ground to cover. But, you know, forget about easing into the season. The biggest game in the state was right here in Mobile. The defending 6A state champion Spanish Fort Toros visiting the defending 7A state champion McGill-Toolen Yellow Jackets. These two teams going a combined 28-1 last season on their way to their championships. It was also our UTV 44 game of the week. Let's get you out to Archbishop Lipscomb Stadium where the Yellow Jackets strike early. Their new quarterback's Bubba Thompson. He's got an arm looking deep for Jalen Tolbert. Tolbert goes up in the air and has it. The flags were for defensive pass interference. It led to a McGill-Toolen field goal. They led it 3-0 in the first. The second period now, it's Thompson back to the air this time. He will hit Larry Rembert, who shakes the tackler, goes down to the 1-yard line, just short of the goal line. But moments later, McGill gets the job done. This time it is Thompson calling his own number, and watch him go skying over for the touchdown, and just like that, it is 10-0 McGill-Toolen. What was going on here? Domination, that's what was going on. Late in the first half, Thompson, why not go to his man Tolbert again? Behind the defense, another long completion, this one for a touchdown, 17-0 McGill-Toolen at the half. And guys, the game was over at that point. McGill wins it 24-3. Didn't see that coming. Here's the McGill head coach.
Yeah, we're excited. This was a big matchup. I mean, we prepared for it, and I thought our kids made enough plays to win tonight. The coach in me is going to say we were real sloppy, made some penalties, a lot of things we got to correct. At the end of the day, though, I'm proud we got the win.
Big win for McGill. Spanish Fort may not have the kind of team they've had in the past, but still, anytime you knock off the Toros, you have done something. You know, almost any other weekend, the game of the week might have been Saraland at Baker. The two 7A schools playing out in West Mobile tonight. Spartans led by their quarterback, Jack West, the Stanford commit, while the Hornets sting you with their backfield combination of Darius Bracey and Trey McMillan. Baker coming in fired up. You know, they liked their chances this year. They won their last 5 games of last season, though they didn't make the postseason. On their first possession, Bracey and Trey McMillan botch the handoff, fumble, and Saraland recovers. It led to this. A few moments later, Justin Harper, a short field goal. Saraland with a quick 3-0 lead. But in the second period, here come the Hornets and Bracey. He starts cooking. Lots of room to run. Breaks to the right here. Gets a nice block from Trey Taylor that springs him down inside the 15-yard line. Then from in close, Bracey calls his number again, this time going in easily, and Baker takes the lead 7-3. But here come the Spartans. West flipping it out in the flat to his running back, Dominio Williams. He has room to run, and he'll take it down inside the red zone. Moments later, it's the big fella, Jonathan Perryman. This is a big running back, folks. Nobody going to touch him. He goes in standing. Spartans regain the lead 10-7, and they win it tonight out at Baker 24-21. How about Blunt and Viger playing the backyard brawl of Pritchard? A packed house at the stadium for this one. First time in 3 years they've played a game that wasn't an exhibition. Second period, Blunt's field goal attempt is blocked. Eric Phelps Jr. picks it up. You may not see him, but trust me, folks, he scores. 7-0 Wolves, but then Leopards come back behind Kadarius Toney. Going up top for Colin Woods. And Woods behind the defense will take it down to the 10-yard line. Is it me, or does it look like Blunt has a 6'5" receiver every single year? This time Toney finishing the job, finishing the drive, goes in standing, tied the game at 7. And then check out Toney on this play. In trouble, right? Looking, trying to buy some time. Looks like he's sacked. No, sir. Pitch to his man, Trajan Pugh. And Pugh makes something out of nothing after he takes a big hit there. A little bit later, Toney this time with time to throw, and he hits his man Marcus Wiggins. And Marcus Wiggins coming right at you and right into the end zone. Touchdown, 14-7 Leopards at that point. They go on to win it over Viger, 29-20. UMS Wright rolling out the red carpet for Mary Montgomery. A lot of talk in the preseason about the Vikings. Of course, the Bulldogs, always a contender in 4A. Here is MGM's Kerry White. Up the middle, looks like he might go, but he is finally brought down after a huge gain. But on the very next play, oh my, bad snap, a horrible snap. Turns out to be a huge loss. Not a lot of scoring in this one, but Mary Montgomery goes to UMS Wright and wins it by a final of 7-6 tonight. Let's go a little further up Old Shell Road. The two-time defending 5A state champion St. Paul Saints at home against Fairhope. Little east side, west side Mobile Bay battle, huh? First quarter, Saints quarterback Swift Lyle on the keeper. Big run there. He's finally run out of bounds. It did lead to a Saints field goal. And in the second quarter, Lyle this time going to the air, but he's picked off as he overthrows his man. Clayton Snyder is going to go all the way for the touchdown. Pick 6 for Mr. Clayton Snyder, and it's 7-3 Fairhope. But on the next possession, Saints get the ball back, and they're going to do something about this after we celebrate that score there. Lyle to Jalen Armour Davis. He turns a short pass into a big play. Down the sideline, walking the tightrope, and it led to this 12-yard touchdown. Daniel Beard will do it. St. Paul's in a runaway over the Pirates, 41-14 tonight, so they pick up right where they left off last year. You know, we're just getting our feet wet here on the Budget Breaks Friday Night Blitz. Lots more highlights to come your way, including Kenny King's debut as head coach at his alma mater. The Daphne Trojans hosting the dangerous bunch of Davidson Warriors at Jubilee Stadium. The Blitz is back right after the break, but first check out a few other scores from our area. Yes, you're watching the Budget Breaks Friday Night Blitz. You know, it's not often you get to return home and coach the same team you played for in high school, but that's exactly the case for Daphne's Kenny King. He started for the Trojans before taking his talents to Tuscaloosa and eventually the NFL. But now he's back and made his debut tonight against Davidson. We take you to Jubilee Stadium. Yep, Kenny King brought a lot of new coaches. He was coaching out in Arizona. Don't know a lot about his assistants. They have a new philosophy, and, well, Davidson taking advantage very early on. In fact, first offensive play from scrimmage, that's Deontay Edwards going 80 yards to the house, 7-0 Davidson in a hurry. We think Davidson's going to be very explosive. Fred Riley, their head coach, says he likes that offense. Then Daphne gets their shot. Chance Newman to Latarius Batiste. And this is a big play coming back the other way. Down the sideline before he finally steps out. Very next play, this time it's Newman. Going to go to Miles Henderson. And how about Daphne? They're back in it. Tied the game at 7, but Davidson goes on to win this one 35-28. We stay in Daphne. Bayside Academy made it all the way to the 3A state championship game last year, but that was then. This is now. Admirals at home against St. James High School out of Montgomery. Big play here. Reed Norton to John Bryant for a big gain. But Bayside having some trouble getting the offense going. Landon Johnson hit behind the line there by Alex Wisenhunt. And Bayside, yeah, it's just not going their way offensively here. St. James goes on to beat them tonight 21-0. Meanwhile, an emotional night in Foley. The Lions hosting rival Robertsdale, but at halftime, Foley officially retired the jersey of legendary quarterback Ken Stabler. They also unveiled a plaque. Kenny Stabler was 29-1 as the Lions quarterback in the early 60s, inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton earlier this month. Great night out there at Foley. As for the game, first play here, Chris Armstrong, tackled by Robertsdale's Hunter Monte there, getting in the backfield, a little horse collar action there. Then later on the drive, Tyron Cosby makes a guy miss, and there he goes to the house. Foley on top at that point, 21-7. Bears Nathan Krebs scrambling. Long pass there, don't see the number, but a big play for Robertsdale. Then Blake Nichols makes a couple of moves, and he will score before that ball came out. However, your final, Foley wins it tonight. On the night they celebrated Kenny Stabler, 41-14. Mountain Brook coming down from the Birmingham area to take on Gulf Shores. Coin flip before the game, Dolphins win it. After that, not so much. Mountain Brook's Harold Joyner had himself a night, 220 pounds. Takes a lot of bodies to stop this guy. Bruising running back. Look at him run there. Some nifty moves, but he takes a pounding, delivers a pounding, and picks up big yards there Going to wind up in the end zone, too. Eventually, it's all Mountain Brook, y'all. 56-6 over Gulf Shores tonight. For the first time in 60 years, the Satsuma Gators have a new home. They were breaking in their new state-of-the-art stadium tonight against Cottage Hill Christian. Gators on the move early, too. Andrew Barfoot rolling left, hits his tight end Peyton Reed, and Reed's going to make some tacklers pay. Big game has Satsuma's momentum going there. Later on, it's going to be Barfoot. This time pitching to Nick Krittner, and it's an easy touchdown for Satsuma. 7-0 Gators. Second period. Satsuma on the march again. Barfoot, this time rolling left again, finds his receiver down the far sideline. Another big pickup for their offense. And then Daniel Burrell on the jet sweep. Nobody, well, they barely touch him. He goes 30 yards. 14-0 Satsuma. They roll over Cottage Hill Christian 47-14. But wait, there's more coming on the Budget Breaks Friday Night Blitz. The high school season actually began last night, and we're going to show you highlights from the LaFleur Rattlers and Williamson Lions, plus who walks away with our Friday night favorite highlight. We're going to wrap it up when we come back. Last night at Ladd, it was LaFleur and Williamson going at each other. The Lions quarterback Daryl Mitchell here completes the pass, but the ball is stripped loose. And LaFleur's Jakari Stanley pounces on it. More from the Rattler D in the second period. Mitchell is going to be running for his life, but then is dragged down for the sack by Randy Wiggins. Tough night for the offense there. A few plays later, actually, we got something going here for LaFleur. Dwan James from in close. He scores, and it's the Rattlers winning in week 1, 20-14 over the Lions. How about our Friday night fave? We go back to Pritchard Stadium. Viger and Blunt. Blunt's Kadarius Toney in trouble, but uses his head, pitches to Trajan Pugh, and Pugh makes something out of nothing. I like it. I like the ad-lib ability. Blunt's a winner tonight. And that's going to do it for the Budget Breaks Friday Night Blitz. We appreciate you being here. We're going to be here all season. Join us every Friday night. Good night, everyone.